Number 11 was about vectors. If you want a full topic about vectors, please you can go to the playlist and then you'll see how we handle vectors in that order. The full topic for vectors is there. Now this one says the equation of the line is that the line is parallel to that direction vector. Find the equation of the plane containing the line, and then they calculate the distance between the origin and the plane. So that now, by this question, okay, let me first show you. So now in my solution, I can start by writing this in the column form. My error will be now, I write this as lambda minus 1. Then this will be lambda. Let me write it when it's a bit big. So this will be now in a column form. I'll be having lambda minus 1, the j, then 2 lambda minus 4. This is the I, j, k. Of course, you see, if I start with these ones, I can now have this as these ones, -1 to -4, then plus, if I write these ones with lambda, lambda, then the 2 lambda. So now I said my equation is going to be the line -1. Then you see here, lambda is common. If I factor out that lambda, I have 1, 1, and 2. So that's the equation of the line in that form. But now they're telling us that this line, so in simple terms, our first spiral vector U1 is going to be 1, 1, and the 2. But now they're telling us that it's parallel to this vector. So our second parallel vector, U2, is going to be 2, 3, then 1. But remember, our first parallel was 1, 1, and 2. Now when you look at these two vectors, they can never be parallel. I think there was a mistake somewhere. These two vectors can never be parallel as you see them. So what I have to do is now I have to consider the question what said, because the question said they are parallel, but they can never be parallel when you look at them there. Anyway, so if I take them to be parallel, like the question says, now meaning if I need the equation of the plane, if I need to use the n dot r equals n dot a. Now they're telling us that the plane contains this line, meaning that to get the normal, we need the normal. To get the normal, I will cross these two. So from there, my normal will be, I cross these two parallel vector. So if I cross them, I'll be having now so after crossing them, I think is what we shall be having. When I cross this, I have 6 minus 1, that will give me 5. And I cross this, I have 4 minus 1, that will be a 3. But this is negative because it's the jth position. Then this one k, I'll have 2 minus 3, which will give me a -1. So that is how it cross. Now I just substitute in the other formula that n dot r equals n dot a. Now where are we getting the a? Because now this line is contained in the plane, meaning that I'm going to take this point to also be in the line. So now I will get my 5, -3, -1, dotted with the x, y, z, the general, equaling 2. I dot it with a point A. My point A is here, 2, -4. So this will give me 5x. After dotting, this will be -5 minus 6 plus 9. So we have -5 plus, okay, minus 6 plus 4. That is 11, by the way. I think this is going to be -5 minus 6, that is 11. When we add a 4 there, I think the answer we get is -7. So that is now our plane. Some people prefer to take it this side to get 3x minus 3y minus z, then plus that 7 equals to 0. That was the equation of the plane. So in UNEB, we don't correct anything. Don't ever correct anything. Whether the question is wrong, you do it the way it is. It's them to decide what they will do. So that is our part A. So the equation of the plane is here. Now the part B, calculate the distance between the origin and the plane. So use our formula there. Our D is always given magnitude of P x1 Q y1 plus R z1 plus D, the whole over the square root of P squared Q squared plus R squared. So where our D, I mean this P, Q, and R, they are the coefficients of the variable. So I have now 5. Now x, y, and z is the origin 0, 0, 0. This is x1, y1, and z1. So 0 plus, minus 3 into 0, minus 1 into 0, then plus our 7, the whole over the square root of 5 squared plus negative 3 squared plus negative 1 squared. This magnitude is there to avoid negatives. So this will be 0. We have 7 over 25 plus 9, that is 34, plus 1, that is 35, but under root 35 in that order. So that now my distance is going to be 7 over root 35. But you know, in math, we don't like surds in the denominator. So rationalize this by multiplying by root 35 down and up. So that now my D becomes 7 root 35, the whole thing over 35. I think you see 35 goes in there. So now my D becomes root 35 over 5, and this will be units, which you can decide to give 4 decimal places. Root 35. So here it gets 1.1832, and this is 4 decimal places in that order. So that's how we had to handle that number for vectors. It was very easy and direct, though of course we have seen what. But if you want a full topic about all these things, lines, planes, and so on, visit the playlist and then you see the playlist for vectors. There are many videos over that. Then you can teach yourself more about vectors. That's it. I wish you well.